All right, next up we've got Appending Queries, and you'll find that Append Queries tool right under Merge in the Home tab of the query editor. When you click that button, you'll see a really simple dialog box like this, where you can choose to append either 2 tables or 3 or more. Now, both merging and appending are similar in that they're adding information to an existing table, but they're different in that merging is adding columns and appending is stacking rows. So basically, appending queries allows you to combine or stack 2 tables, assuming they share the exact same column structure and data types. So keep that in mind, same structure, same data types. So in this case that we're looking at here, we're appending 2 tables together. They're 2 different AdventureWorks sales tables, one from 2015, one from 2016, and it's a valid append since they both share identical table structures. So just like we talked about, merging makes tables wider by adding more columns. Appending makes tables taller by adding more rows. Now, pro tip here that I want to share with you, which we'll actually dive into with the demo in the next lecture, is to use the folder option from the Get Data menu. And what that lets you do is actually point Power BI to a folder containing as many files as you choose, which allows you to append all of them at once, assuming they share that same structure. And the beauty of it is that over time, if you add new files or remove files, simply refreshing that query, that connection, will automatically append any new data that's shown up within that folder. So it's a really powerful option that we'll dive into in the next video. But for now, let's cover the basic append option and shift gears into Power BI so we can take a look. Okay, so I'm here in the query editor. I'm inside of my AW Sales 2017 table. And because I've got 4 different tables here, each with a different column structure, there's nothing that I can really use to append with what I've got on hand. So I know that I'm going to need to grab some new data. I can do that right from the editor by clicking New Source, Text CSV, and I want to grab my other 2 AdventureWorks sales files. So let's grab 2016 first. Let's see the preview, and we can press OK to load straight into the editor. And why don't we update the table name while we're thinking of it, AW Sales 2016, and we'll repeat that process, New Source, CSV, for the 2015 file. Press OK from the preview, AW Sales 2015. Okay, so now we've got 3 separate AW Sales files, all of which are consistent in terms of the columns. There's 2015, 2016, with one exception in 2017, which is that new quantity type column that we added when we practiced that conditional column tool. So one option would be to go ahead and continue to append these together. You'll see some null values for the quantity types in the other 2 tables, and you could pretty easily redefine that conditional column to the full appended version. In this case, we're not going to be using this column for anything, so let's go ahead and just remove it. There we go. And now we've got a perfectly consistent table structure across all 3. So now with one of them selected, doesn't matter which one, I'm going to start with 2017. In my Home tab, let's go to Append Queries. And this time, instead of the first option, we've got that same choice that we had with Merge, where we can either append within the existing table or as a brand new table. This time, let's try the new table. So when I click that button, this time we have more than 2 tables to append. We have 3 or more, and it's automatically populated the first one that I've selected. So the only other 2 that I need are Sales 2016 and Sales 2015. So we can go ahead and press OK, and it creates a new table. It names it Append 1 by default. Let's go ahead and change that to something like AW underscore sales underscore 2015 through 2017, just to be clear. And now we can look through the column structures, look exactly as we'd expect. Same column structure as each component table. And now when we sort these order dates, let's sort them ascending. we see that the table now starts on January 1st, 2015. And if we expand and load more to see the full list, we can actually scroll all the way down and see that it takes us all the way to the end of June 2017 with 2016 dates in between. So we've got dates from all three of those sales tables. So that's great. We've successfully appended the sales data from our three individual tables into one appended version. But one downside of this approach is that now that I've got the table that I want with all of the data in one place, let's say I want to get rid of these older individual tables just because they're taking up space. If I right click and try to delete the 2015 query, it won't let me because it's being referenced by another query that appended 25 through 2017 table that we just created. So the problem here is that our new table, our 2015 through 2017 table, is dependent on the other three. So we have to kind of keep all four of them here, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not going to create any big problems. It just feels a little bit messy. So one way around that, which I very much recommend, is to move these files into a folder and then connect to the folder itself. So stay tuned because in the next video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that.